Alright y'all, so this took place around late August of 2019. School started in less than a week. I was about to become a sophomore in high school, and I was at the mall with some of my homies at the time, just chilling, you know? And we were all about to leave because we had already been hanging there for a good minute. So my homie Josh was finna get picked up by some of his other friends. I asked to go with him, but the ride was already full. My other homie, Carney, lived right next to the mall, so I could not get a ride from him. So, I was out of options. I could have taken the bus, but the thing is, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to wait for more than an hour for the bus to come. Plus, my mom was working, so Josh and Carney left. And I was just in the food court on my phone chilling. I was gonna wait for my mom to pick me up, but that all changed when two kids I was cool with from school came to my table. Now, let's call them Fisher and Gouda. Now, Gouda was in my grade, same age and everything, and Fisher was 2 grades above me. Fisher was a senior at the time, and he was part of the class of 2020, and I knew both of them through school. So we said what's up to each other, and I asked Fisher for a ride home since he had a car. Fisher said bet, but I needed to pay him gas money. Yes, I know, he's one of those. So that was kind of a bummer, but I get it. His car. The more miles, the more gas will be wasted. Even though I really wasn't that far from the mall, but it's whatever. I paid him $10 and we left the mall, got in his car, and dipped. Mind you, it was already dark as fuck outside. So these motherfuckers were driving fast as fuck down the road. I'm just in the backseat cooling, bro. And the roads were pretty empty at this time. Now, mind you, this took place in late August. The fall season was coming up, and y'all know what that means. Deer season. Deer. A very majestic but satanic looking creature of nature. Now, for those of y'all that don't live in forest areas like me, let me put y'all onto game. During the fall, it's mating season for deers, making them more disoriented and making them cross the street and go through waves of traffic just to fuck that special other, resulting in a high number of car accidents every year due to collisions between drivers and deers. And sadly, little did I know, I was about to be a victim of that. So, as we're driving, we went through this path covered with trees and nature to get to my house, and Fisher was speeding on that bitch, bro. I was on my phone in the back, until I heard Gouda scream, "Yo!" I looked up to see a deer jump out right in front of Fisher's car, and that's when shit hit the fan. Fisher was about to hit the brakes, but it was too late. He collided into the deer, the car crashed, we went swerving off-road, and the deer flew off. Luckily, all of us had our seatbelts on, cause I can't imagine what would have happened if we didn't have that shit on. None of us said a word. We were all speechless. Luckily, we swerved off onto an extra part of the road. We were all panting. The entire front window of the car was shattered. The airbag went off, and that's when Fisher lost it and slammed his fist onto the bag and said, "Fucking shit! Fuck! God damn it!" Are y'all okay? Me and Gouda just nodded our heads yes while we were still in shock. Fisher told us to wait in the car. He left and he went to the front of the car. Dude, that shit was gone. Blood everywhere. Broken headlights, smoke coming from the engine. Fisher started to tear up a little bit, and I'll be honest, if I were him, I don't blame him. I would have teared up too. He put his hands over his head and he said, "No, fuck!" Dude, he was pissed. He didn't even care about the dead deer in the middle of the road. Dude, I could see the deer from inside the car. That motherfucker was on the ground, and I'll be honest, that motherfucker's soul probably left its body as soon as the car hit. Gouda just looked back at me and said, "Dude, what the fuck just happened?" I don't know, bud. I really don't. So, Fisher took pics of the car, he contacted his insurer, he called the towing company to take his car away, and oh boy did he have a long and stressful ass conversation with his parents. Here's the thing, bro. I wanted to help, but I just couldn't. I didn't have the tools to help. All I could do was send positivity, prayers, and love to Fisher because he was in a down bad situation right now. You know what? At that point, my house was right up the hill, so I was just gonna walk. So I dapped up Gouda, I went to Fisher, wished him nothing but the best of luck, dapped him up, and started walking. Dude, I walked past the deer. Yeah, this motherfucker was gone. That deer's soul was no longer in that deer's body. This motherfucker was in a pool of his own blood. It was nasty as fuck to see. Even though deer is one of my least favorite animals, I always had a weird spiritual connection with animals. So I felt kind of bad for this man's. Real talk, I felt remorse for him. But he was no longer suffering. He's in a better place now. Dude, that shit was fucking cosmetic. So yeah, Fisher ended up with no car during his senior year, which that sucks, dude, honestly. Luckily, he got a new car 2 years later. Shout out to him. And yeah, kids, wear your seatbelts, always. If I wasn't wearing a seatbelt that day, I would not be here making this video right now.